I am Heidi Benjaminson, your host of Confidence Coaching, a podcast for mothers who want to stay calm, anchored, and like how they show up in the world. Life isn't a spectator sport. Success comes to those who show up every day with a pocket full of courage, grit, and a little sparkle. I'm glad you're here. Hello. Welcome to episode 181. Our vibe attracts our tribe. For just 2 more weeks, we're continuing this series of replaying the most popular episodes from many times it's years ago, which this one is. This is something that my friends know that I say this quote all the time. My clients know it, and I find evidence every single day that the energy that we carry out into the world, the way we talk, the way we carry ourselves, what we're thinking, everything about our mannerisms attracts back into our life what we're putting out. Energy follows energy. If we have a positive energy, if we expect good things, if we see the good in the world, we will attract back into our lives the good. Now, of course, there's going to be negative because that is a human experience. But it's so valuable for us to look at, how am I showing up in the world? How do I talk about myself? Because remember, the way we talk about ourselves tells other people what to think about us. And do I like the people that are attracted to me and want to be my friend? Again, this is not necessarily in a sexual attraction way, but in a friendship way. And who feels comfortable around me. So look at the people around you. Look at what your life, what you are attracting. Do you like it? Do you not? Do some of the things, could they be up-leveled? Now, you're not necessarily responsible for everyone that's around you, but just kind of look at that like, what is this maybe saying about me? Am I comfortable around these people, around this energy? And if I'm not, what do I want to change? So I hope you have subscribed to this podcast. There will be new episodes in a couple weeks, and I have some really exciting things coming this summer, some courses. I hope you enjoy this episode. Okay, on to today's topic. I've mentioned on many episodes a motto that I live by, a saying that I always see working in my life and others. I'm a big believer that our vibe attracts our tribe, meaning the energy we put out into the world through our words, our mannerisms, our tone of voice, our actions or inactions, how we dress, everything about us attracts back into our life the same people with the same vibe. And because we are so influenced subconsciously by those around us, we want to be intentional on our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, so we attract people and energy that are helping us get where we want to go in life. So notice a lot of the things I mentioned as our vibe are things visible, things people might see. These don't just happen to us. They are a result of something going on inside our brain and our body. The outside of us is reflecting our likes, our dislikes, our self-esteem, our character. This is why the work I do with clients changes them on a deeper and permanent level. When we learn to like ourselves, to quiet that negative ticker tape, a natural result is we speak kinder about ourselves. And these kind words attract people who are comfortable around others who have a solid inner compass. Now, we've all been around people, and maybe this has also been us, who speak so negatively of themselves, and usually then only see the bad and negative in others. This is a vibe that reflects the negative and the scarcity lens that they wear on their brain. So this negativity will attract other people who think the same, people who constantly feel the victim, feel the world is out to get them, nothing good happens to them. They see all the bad. Other people who think the same agree with these comments, and they're comfortable around that. Now, they don't have to do the mind work to be comfortable around the negativity. They easily mirror it back. I talk about mirroring emotions in an earlier episode, and I will link to that in the show notes as well. This is why we are comfortable around people with the same political opinions, the same socioeconomic status, life experiences. Our brain doesn't need to do as much work around these people. And subconsciously, our brain judges anything that is the same as us as being safe. Our brains like being around people who see the world through the same lens we do. Other people's opinions end up confirming our own biases toward the world. Now, years ago, I was in a volunteer position around another woman, and I just couldn't put my finger on why it was draining for me to be around her. From many angles, I loved her and I admired so many of her skills. I just didn't like being around her. And as I learned more about emotions, about how our brain works, as I learned and practiced my own thought work, it clicked why it was so hard to be around her. My head was constantly working to first not mirror her negativity, and then to repeatedly and intentionally redirect my thoughts with me thinking, it's okay that she's like this. Let me find out why she feels this way. It's okay she is so different. Let me find out ways this perspective helps me. And I can report that I've also up-leveled my own ability to love and find the good in everyone. And I find it less draining because I know how to manage my thoughts and head around people who are different. But I want us to focus back on our vibe. Many, many years ago, when I think I just had 2 young toddlers, I took a quick flight home. I think it was a trip to celebrate my dad's retirement at work. Anyway, my brother picked me up at the airport, and I had worn a very, very casual outfit, not quite the comfort yoga pants style of travel today. Anyway, my brother saw me and he said, "Oh, you've got the Desperate Housewives look going on," since that was a show on TV then. And I remember just pausing and thinking, okay, interesting. I liked the show. I liked being comfortable, but I remember being contemplative. Was that the vibe I wanted to give off? Did that reflect who I was or wasn't? Was the outside reflecting the inside appropriately? Now, outer signs of confidence, which remember, confidence is an emotion, which comes from our thoughts and beliefs. The actions and outer behaviors that typically reflect confidence will attract others to us who are comfortable being around confident people. Is your vibe one of confidence or insecurity? And maybe it flows between the two at times. That's normal, of course. Most of us, though, want to spend more time in confidence. Are you constantly saying, "I'm sorry," at the beginning of each sentence? No, why do you do that? What are you sorry for? Say that when you're actually apologizing and sorry you didn't do something or you did do something. Any more than that is a vibe that you're always worried about what the other person is thinking, or you think you're always about to do something wrong. Look at the tribe you've had around you during COVID. Now, maybe all of this tribe wasn't your choosing for one reason or another. Has it been a stressed and anxious tribe, or has it been a calm and controlled tribe? Which do you feel more comfortable around? That's a reflection of your vibe. Are those around you building up or tearing down? One way to think of it is that people can either be creators or critics. Are you more comfortable around people changing the world and adding value, or those who look to tear down and find the negative? Why do you feel more comfortable with one or the other? The answer to that will tell you a lot about yourself. I was recently celebrating a close friend's birthday with a few other people, and as we gave her a toast telling her what we love most, I noticed she attracts people into her life who are just like her. Her friends reflect back to her the goodness she's putting back, even reflect back her style and values. So I have a couple tips and tools for you to reflect on your vibe. Now, these aren't exercises to judge anyone else or even to think that one vibe is better than another. All of this is for us to be more self-aware of our own thoughts, the emotional energy we put out into the world, and how we show up. Because you might want to change or tweak your vibe from time to time. First, watch how you talk about yourself. Are you always saying something negative about yourself? Be very careful of that phrase, "I am," and then what you say after that. Anything after "I am" is what you're attracting into your life. If you say, I am stressed, or I am so bad at this, or I am so stupid, you attract more stress, more inability, and less common sense into your life. Do you say, I can't a lot? This I can't vibe is only going to attract more ineptitude and more obstacles into your life. An easy tweak to that is every time you hear yourself say, I can't, stop and just say, I am figuring this out. I can figure things out. I can ask for help. People who figure things out, set goals and achieve them, even people who fail a lot and keep going, attract people doing the same things into their lives. Another tool is to curiously look at people who you admire and want to emulate. And do this again from curiosity, not judgment or comparison. What do you like about them? What's one thing they do or don't do that you want to adopt? Now, think about what they might be thinking and feeling as they're doing those things. For a long time, I wasn't a morning person, but I really admired people who could wake up early, get their day going, be disciplined. I wanted that type of discipline. I wanted that vibe. I noticed how that habit and vibe impacted a variety of parts of their lives. So I decided to start believing I am disciplined. I am the type of person who wakes up and is productive. I am someone who structures their day this way. And I repeated this belief. I started finding ways to support that belief. I started waking up earlier. I created discipline at night. I managed my thoughts and emotions so I could become this type of person. So what do you admire about someone? What do you need to think and feel so you can change your vibe to be more like that vibe that you want? I've tried hard to change my vibe from being someone who gossips, which kind of seemed to be my vibe back in college, to someone who doesn't talk about people behind their backs, doesn't share information that isn't mine to share, and always builds people up. I had to consciously do this over the past decades, and my tribe has changed because of that work. I'm not perfect at it, but my vibe generally reflects this value. Another tip is to think about the emotions you feel most often. Are you comfortable being happy, or do you feel more comfortable being stressed and upset? Are you comfortable being around positive, optimistic people? Or do you identify more with the Eeyores, like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, the poor me type people? If you don't like what this is attracting, write out several thoughts you want to practice believing. Put them on sticky notes all over your home, your office, your bathroom. Now, they need to be believable, but practice believing there is good in the world. I can make a difference today. The universe is conspiring in my favor. Actively practice gratitude each morning and night. This changes your lens and your vibe. A grateful vibe attracts more goodness. Lastly, we often can't see what we put out into the world because we're inside our own picture. We're inside the frame. But from time to time, it's okay to reflect, again, from curiosity and self-compassion, and ask, do I like how I'm showing up? Do I like how I'm talking to my family? Do I like the energy carrying me through my day? I have to tweak mine regularly, especially as my children are growing and we move to a new season where they leave the house. I'm regularly checking in with myself. Is my vibe one of insecurity, worry, and anxiety? Or is it one of confidence and calm? I can easily move to the worry lane, and when I see that, I notice my thoughts. I remind myself, I am not my thoughts. I get myself to the present and ask, who do I want to be today? Our vibe starts inside us. While our clothing and other things do reflect our likes and dislikes, those things don't speak louder than our body language, our real language, our tone of voice, how we treat other people, how we allow ourselves to be treated. Nothing external can be louder than those messages. Okay, that's it for today. I'm not going to be launching my Lose 13 group again, as I had said I might be doing. I know in earlier podcasts I did say I'd be launching in April. But if you'd like private coaching to lose weight and gain confidence, just you and me digging into your thoughts, changing and up-leveling your confidence, your beliefs. If you know you want to change and you just can't get out of your own way, I know how to help you. Sign up for a consult call at HeidiBenjaminson.com. A confident mother is the greatest gift to her family, not a perfect mother. Your family wants you to feel confident, anchored, and calm. I can help you uncover this version of yourself. Have a great week.